before we get into
Something like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need some voiceover.
I've never have I ever like publicly skinny dipped. I remember really well, I think I was like 10, 9 or 10 when he did it. Yeah, they just stood out to me and they stood out to him, and when I told him I was doing this, he got really excited and I was like, do you remember doing yours? He was like, hell yeah, I do, and like kind of lit up, and I think it just stands out in his mind as something that, you know, was a really unique experience that he hasn't done. I don't think that back in his day that fashion and music mixed as much. It did in inspiration, but he didn't do a whole lot of fashion ads, and that one was so quintessential and so poignant and so obvious. I'm thrilled to be, you know, doing anything that joins the family of what he was doing, and get to jump back into his shoes and into his generation, and into the fact that he did this exact thing and that I'm getting to do this exact thing right now is like a very heartwarming experience. I got caught streaking once by a teacher too. It was terrible. Had been wearing Gap since before I was dressing myself, you know, and it kind of sits in my mind as this like everlasting thing that's just always existed around me, and kind of like the quintessential classic idea of simple, beautiful, wonderful things. This kind of fast-paced, instant gratification, social media, internet generation thing that we're in is there's no time to primp and get everything perfect. It's just whatever you are right there in that moment. And that's what Gap always felt like to me. I've got a record coming out this year, some new music, and we just put out a song called Light Bright, because Light Bright was my favorite toy growing up. I'm such a 90s baby. My husband and I would make like electronic, jazzy, bluesy kind of mixed music, and it's this mix of the old and the new kind of like coming together and mashing together in this way that creates something new. That's kind of what this feels like to me too, this whole thing we're doing here today. We're taking something so classic and that we all know and it's so quintessential in our minds, but it has the new spin and the new kind of like current feeling to it, which is a nice combination.
This is what they shot the original Gap commercials on.
Right? Probably so. Who knows?
Bringing it back.